Hi everyone. I hope you guys can hear well. The internet seems to be a bit weird today, with some small hiccups here and there. How was the weekend? A lot of Lorcana tournament. I think everyone is like hangover from the set championships, right? No, not much action going on, at least not around here. I didn't actually go to the last set championship, so I'm actually looking forward to the new set, some new ideas, even though they have really. I think the Duel Link cards could have been improved, but it's it's gonna be interesting, and there are still quite a few cards that we haven't seen. I don't think we have seen any locations so far. I'm curious what the enchanteds are gonna be. But that's probably like a larger thing that I'll eventually like. I talked about the set 7 cards the other day in the last stream, but there were only like 84 cards, and then we went over a few of them. And there's many more cards that have been announced, and supposedly like in the next few days they will finish all the regular set cards, and sometime this week they will start the enchanted ones. I think that's it. So once we see the entire 204 set card set, we'll be able to get like a better idea of what they are trying to do, especially with all the Duel Link cards. I'm not sure if any more will be revealed. So, but that's for another day. We have 3 Japanese Lorcana displays to go for the full case. I wanted to open them all so that I could get an accurate grasp of the entire thing. Do all the counts for all the cards, see what I'm missing in the collection, and see what I want to give away, what I want to sell, and just go from there. So I need to open the final 3 displays. We've gotten 2 enchanted so far: the Stitch Carefree Surfer and the Simba. They look amazing. And of course I'm very happy with all the foils that have these packs have, because they are like shinier than normal. So let's start with the first display. Let's move this over here and start cranking with the packs. I usually like to start with one of the Brave Little Tailor packs. So there's one right here. Not really superstition, but it's one of my favorite cards. On the others, a couple of days ago, I actually got 2 legendary Brave Little Tailors in Japanese. So I love that. Unfortunately, not in foil, but it is what it is. So let's go with the first pack. Let's see what comes out. Alright, we have the dagger or scimitar, or however it's called actually. We have the Hey. We have Prince Eric. We have Cut to the Chase. I think that's the name of the card. First rare, it's a Captain Hook. And for the foil slot, we have another Sudden Chill. So I think that's almost like a full play set of Sudden Chills in foil actually. A lot of Sudden Chills in foil. So that's not actually too bad. So second pack, Tinkerbell, Stitch, gotta love Stitch, Cerberus, I think that's the name. This is Belle Inventor, right? Okay, of the first super rare in the second pack. So it's Mickey Wayward Sorcerer. Again, I've talked about this card at length. Another one of my favorite cards. I think this makes the full play set. However, none of them are foil, which is unfortunate. And for the foil one, the Mickey Detective. That's not bad at all. Mickey Detective in foil. Of course, this is a card that people have stopped really using. Most people aren't really using it anymore. But for a long time, it was a staple of Sapphire decks in order to ramp, and it still looks beautiful. So we have Yzma to start the third pack. We have Flounder, we have Cinderella, the rare Hades, and the foil is a Goofy in the Ruby version. I wanted to get a few extra cards, of course. Elsa, Scar, Jumba, Reflection, again, lovely on these songs, the English title in caps with the Japanese writing. Okay, this is the first legendary of this display, and it's a Gantu. And yeah, it's a Gantu. That's pretty much what I can say. It's a Gantu. Not exactly like the best card, but hey, it's a legendary. And then an Anna in foil. Okay, let me yeah, you're legendary, right? Lots of Gantus. Let me just quickly here check something, because I think there is something here about just adjusting the light because it seems a bit burned out. Just reducing the light a little bit. Yeah, no one. I mean, now we've started to get actually good Gantus to play with, right? Some new ones are coming out. Azurit Sea had that amazing Gantu that costs 5. It's a 4/3 and quests for 4. Amazing card in steel. Obviously, this card has always been maligned, but yeah, it's better to get a legendary than no legendary, I guess. So we start this pack with Sudden Chill. I never remember the name of this card again. Fire the Cannons. Simba. We have legendary Hades, a card that I really enjoy. And for the foil slot, there is, I don't remember the name of this card. It's the cat that pretty much no one ever uses. So Hakuna Matata, Friends on the Other Side. Again, a lot of these, but it's to be expected. It's a common card. Aladdin, One Jump Ahead, another Stitch Abomination. If this isn't the full playset, I think it is, right? 4 Stitch Abomination rare card. Really lovely card. Gotta love the Stitch in that experiment 626 suit. And a Moana in foil. Ember Moana in foil. Still no music. I've barely had any time to do anything to prepare. Still no plugins, nothing like that. So for now it's still like a bare bones stream. Okay, mini. The book. This is Jasmine, I think, the Sapphire, one of the Sapphire Jasmines. And then for the foil slot, a foil Mother Knows Best. So bouncing to the hand. I love this one. Really nice in foil. Let's go with another Mickey Brave Little Tailor pack. Let's check it out. This is Duke of Weaselton, Maleficent, Mickey True Friend, then common, it's a Moana, the ruby one. Another super rare card, the Genie. Again, a card that I remember some people actually trying to play with this when the Baja Blast, the green-blue decks were starting to pop up in the last few months of last year, but I think they stopped running it. Especially, it's an inkable, and there are some better cards now for green-blue. And this isn't the Beast is Mine, but I don't remember the name of this card actually. In foil, it's an Ember action card. Okay, go for one more pack. Okay, we have Bell's Furniture, Bell's Furniture, Mickey Steamboat Captain. We have another Mickey Detective, Triton. Alright, Steal from the Rich. And then for the foil slot we have a Stampede in foil. I don't know why actually the lights are a bit brighter today, or if it's just my impression, my tired eyes. Let's open. Okay, we have Jetsam, Genie, Mufasa, Pascal. Be prepared. That's nice. Another be prepared. I think this makes the be prepared playset. I think only one of them is in foil, but still awesome to get this card in the pack. And a Flounder in foil. So as you can see, colorful, shiny, but it's a Flounder. not a very useful card. Hope everyone had like a nice chill weekend. I was basically busy and taking care of the family, not much time to do anything else. Already starting the week tired. That's what you get. We have like the fork. I call it the fork. We have Aladdin, Apu, going with the theme of Aladdin, right? We have Donald Duck Musketeer. Let's see. Robin Hood Super Rare. Alright, this is the third one if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I ever really played with this card, but the artwork looks gorgeous, and it's always nice to get a Super Rare. And for the foil slot we have a Horus, so nothing very special there. We are nearing the end of this display. Let's see. We have Pumbaa, Fire the Cannons, Maurice, Donald, another Captain Hook, the Steel Captain Hook that returns us the Fire the Cannons when he enters play. And for the foil slot we have the Tiger. Okay, I think I already have one of these in foil actually. If I'm curious, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have the full regular set, right? But out of this case, but I'm wondering how many cards, if I wanted to have like the full foil set as well, how many cards I'm missing, because a case is 240 foils. Obviously a lot of foils will be repeats, and legendaries and super rares will be especially hard to have all of them in foil, but I do wonder how many are left. That's why I wanted to like open the final display so that I can make the inventory of everything and see exactly what I'm missing and how many cards do I have like in repeats. So this pack starts with Freeze. We have again the cat that I never remember the name. No one cares. Starkey, Scepter of Arendelle, Mickey, Musketeer. Lovely art, and of course this card was one of the originals that were given away in either Essen or Gen Con, something like that, a long time ago. And for the foil slot, we have Genie Super Rare in foil. Okay, this is a great pull. Again, getting these super rares and legendaries is difficult. So in foil, it's really cool for the collection, and looks amazing. Looks amazing, especially like live. Looks amazing. I hope it comes across as the glossiness and the quality of the colors in these foils compared to the English versions. We have Archimedes, the Owl, Peter Pan, the Flower. We have the Beast is Mine, an amazing illustration. And for the rare slot, we have Marshmallow. Not a great pull, even though it's another super rare. So this one I already had, but still super rare, still nice. And for the foil slot, it's a Tinkerbell, the Steel Tinkerbell. Okay, looks really cool, really cool. Okay, 2 packs to go in this box. Let's open another one. Hey, Earl Meisters. Nice to see you here, man. Thanks for the luck, man. I enjoy watching your streams, and I actually saw you like from afar or like passing by in the challenges, but you know, either I was busy or you were busy and didn't want to like intrude on what you were doing. So yeah, but cool to see you here, man. Thanks. We have Captain Hook. I think this is Befuddle, and we have Iago on the rare slot, and for the foil slot, Fire the Cannons. I don't remember actually seeing this card in foil so far. I have a lot of them in the normal version, but the foil one, I think this is the first one. That's cool. And the final pack of this box. Let's check it out. We have Horus. We have this is Aurora, if I'm not mistaken. Kristoff, Ariel on human legs, and then for the rare, oh my god, yes, the legendary Elsa, the first one. This is amazing. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's one of the few that I hadn't actually gotten so far. That is amazing. Let's go. That's exactly right, man. So happy. Dude, this really cool, amazing. Enchanted Elsa next. Yeah, that would be awesome, Earl. That would be awesome. Imagine if behind this in the foil slot is actually the Enchanted Elsa as well. I would go ballistic. This would be one of the best packs ever. Let's see what's behind. Okay, it's one of the big Tritons. Another card that, even though it's uncommon, I don't remember having it in foil actually. So that's nice for the collection, and this is super awesome for the collection. The legendary Elsa, amazing, man. So cool. Yeah, in the dark they look similar. Amazing pull. So happy about that. This display is over, so we have another one right here. Man, look at that. I'm still like, look at that. So awesome, man. Of course, I don't remember this is obviously like a shift 6, right? And this is the exert two characters, two opposing characters, right? But yeah, it's actually one of the things that I wanted to. I need to learn more Japanese. I need to learn more Japanese. Yeah, and I can't read in next turn, exactly. Great card for Blurple. Blurple gave, and the added ramp to Sapphire gave everyone an excuse to finally dust off the legendary Elsas. Yeah, Japanese foils are amazing. I really prefer them much better than the English ones. Maybe Ravensburger could actually like adapt their fabrication methods to match these Japanese ones. I know obviously they are like co-produced with Takara Tomy, and manufactured basically by Takara Tomy in Japan, right? I hope Ravensburger could adjust. I mean, they actually adjusted the legendaries, right? So the legendaries in starting in Azurit Sea have that like glossy part in the main figure, and then the rest of the card isn't actually glossy. So it was a really cool treatment that they gave the card. UV spot varnish or some, I think that's the name. If they could adjust the regular foils to match these ones, I think it would be an added step up for Lorcana. And of course I'm not even talking about like the paper stock, which is also increased in these Japanese cards. Yeah, such a fun card to play, yeah. Oh, signed by what's the artist? Matthew Robert Davies. Okay, I don't remember. Did he come to one of the EU challenges? I actually only got signed cards in the European in the European event. I'm not really a big guy that likes like the autographs, but I had to have like the Rapunzels and the Stitches from Cesar Vergara, and one of my favorite artists, Nicholas Cole, was there in Paris. So I got Mickey Wayward Sorcerers and Brave Little Tailor signed. But usually I'm not really into signing, so when I went to Bologna and Birmingham and all that, I didn't pay attention who actually was there signing. Oh, he was in Birmingham. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember seeing lines, but since I don't really usually care much about autographs, I wasn't really paying attention. So, first pack of the new display, this is like the Elsa, another Elsa, right? Duke of Weaselton, Mickey Detective, Be Our Guest. Again, I always go on about this. It's really cool to see these songs with English capped text and then the Japanese text around it. It's a really cool look to have like both titles there in both languages. A Tamatoa, another nice pull. I think this is the playset. Yeah, foil Rapunzel in that box. Yeah, I hope so. But this is a good start. Super rare Tamatoa, not foil, but that's totally fine. I'll take it. And Beast is mine, and this looks amazing in foil. Again, I can't underline how much these cards look cool in person, compared to like the English ones, which don't look bad. But this is definitely a step up in quality. Let's open another pack. We have Stampede, Hey, the Hercules Bodyguard card. I always found this illustration really cool, even though I barely used the card. Olaf, and then for the rare, we have a super rare Dr. Facilier, and okay, a Jafar. Still looks cool. The colors really shine in this, really pop. Nice cool card. We have another Brave Little Tailor pack. Camera was having trouble focusing there. Okay, so we have the Tinkerbell, Peter Pan, Kronk, Coconut Basket. Alright, Beast Wolfsbane, and one of my favorite cards in the regular version. And this is, I think, the third one. And of course, another legendary, which is also nice. Yeah, another legendary. So it's usually, I think the average is like 1 legendary and 4 super rares per box. So I think if we've gotten like 3 legendaries so far in 2 boxes, which is nice. And I never remember the name of this card, sorry. It looks like a very high contrast in this foil, actually. More contrast than the regular version. Healing Touch. Okay, thanks Earl. Let's open another pack. We have a Genie, Aurora, Simba. This is Mad Hatter, and for the rare slot it's a Do It Again. Always an interesting card that I'm always trying to like get in a deck, and the problem is that it's uninkable. So, and it's not a song that, for example, Ursula, Deceiver of All can double sing, but it's still an interesting card, and it's one of those cards that a character also has the same ability that this card has, which is I find it actually very interesting that Ravensburger did both cards. Another one is Fan the Flames and LeFou, both in Ruby, where LeFou has the Fan the Flames ability, and it's exactly the same thing. And the foil slot is okay, a Pongo. Not bad. We're going for a Maleficent pack right now. Let's see. We have Smee. We have the Goons. Apu. Elsa. Wrong Elsa this time. We have, okay, in the rare slot it's this is Flotsam, right? I think this is Flotsam and not Jetsam. Jetsam is the common or uncommon. And for the foil, an Aurora in foil. Japanese foils really do look amazing. Yeah, blackjacks. They really do. I haven't opened any Chinese boxes. Are they this quality with this paper stock and foil quality, or are they similar to the English ones, or are they like different from both of them? I'm not sure. I haven't really opened one or seen a lot of people opening actually Chinese cards. I know Dead Kana was actually opening some Chinese boxes. I should ask him actually about that. Peter Pan. I have Donald Duck. This is Aurora. Okay, speaking of the devil, I was talking about this card. This is LeFou. And then his ability is Fan the Flames, which is exactly like the action card that people are now using to actually get Maui Shark ready again in order to challenge. Together with One Last Hope, that's a really cool Ruby Steel deck actually. Le Tonto is that French, right? That's probably French, right? And the Mirror in foil. I have a bunch of French cards, Flip, from our adventures in Lorca Quest, and then in Paris at the Euro Championships. I got a bunch of. I was going to the piles the other day, and there were a lot of like French and German cards, and a couple of Italian ones, but not that much, right? And I bought just for kicks I bought two Super Goofs Enchanted, but one is in French and the other is in Italian, because I always find it funny that the Italian one is called Super Pipo. And I remember, like, there was an old football player that had that nickname, and the French name is also something really Dingo, and for some reason Super Dingo always reminds me of Australia, because they call dogs. There's a type of dog called Dingo there. So I wanted to get a card just to say I am playing Dingoes and Peepos. Of course, I have to, play with Super Goofs. So we have Pumbaa. We have Captain Hook. You Have Forgotten Me, but it should be Bucky here. We have Tiger. Okay, this is nice. The Queen in super rare. I don't remember what exactly the ability is, right? And foil Moana in the Ruby version. Draws, yeah, probably draws. Yeah, exert, draw a card. That's right. Thanks, guys. It's one of those cards that people don't really use anymore. So again, it's funny how I've seen all these cards like hundreds, maybe thousands of times, and a few of them I still don't remember the name or the exact ability. Memory plays tricks. It's interesting how memory works. Okay, this is Mini, Dr. Facilier, another Pongo, Rafiki, and then for the rare slot, A Whole New World. You don't want to hear me singing, but this is a great pull. It's been a while since I've gotten a Whole New World. This is the third one, I think. Still no foil, but amazing. This was one of those cards that I will always keep in my memory associated with Lorcana. It's this card, Brave Little Tailor, Beast Relentless, Mickey Wayward Sorcerer. I know that 20 years from now, maybe Lorcana doesn't exist anymore, and I will still remember these cards. And I would kill. It's gonna be super expensive, but at Worlds, everyone participating will get like the special limited edition Whole New World. That art looks amazing. It's that card is gonna be insane. It's gonna be even more expensive than the Baymax Enchanted from the European Championships, and probably the Gold Mickey, because there will be so few of them. But yeah, great pull here. Super rare, a Whole New World. And for the rare, for the foil slot, it's a freeze. Yeah, great pull in this pack. Let's go for an Elsa pack. Maybe I will get lucky and get the enchanted Elsa, but I don't have anything to complain, already having gotten the legendary Elsa. So I'm very happy about that. We have the Ward Aladdin. This is the flower, the frying pan, Chief Tui, and a fishbone quill. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And a Maleficent in the foil again. Colors and fun, really pop up, really shiny, beautiful cards. And this treatment, even it improves the art. The art is much clearer and really pops. It's more readable than the cold foils. I'm really impressed with these foil Japanese versions. Let's follow up that with a freeze. Okay, again we have Elsa, the Ruby Elsa, Princess Jasmine, another Mother Knows Best, this time non-foil, and the rare Maui. Okay, we were talking in the WhatsApp group about the new, how was it called? Let me check here. I think, yeah, this is having trouble focusing. Let me check. there is a new green card that actually has a very interesting ability. It's an action, and you pay 5, and we can basically play a character for free. I think that's the name. That's the ability actually. It's the first legendary action. So, oh, look, it's a legendary foil Gantu. This is really cool. I mean, I know it's a Gantu, but yeah, I don't care. Collection, the card looks amazing. Foil legendary. That's what we're talking about. This is amazing. Yeah, Return of Hercules, right? Each player may reveal a character card from their hand and play it for free. It costs 5. It's an emerald action, and people were talking about which like big characters can this be used to put into play that would make it worthwhile. Of course, these aren't like the best cards, but it's still cards that are really expensive. And in case of Maui, an 8/8 that quests for 3 is nothing to scoff at. So of course they don't have like I doubt there will be other stuff that people will find useful, not exactly these guys, but it's just an example of the types of cards that maybe you wouldn't think about playing. But if you make a big boys deck, maybe now you want to use 4 of the Return of Hercules and actually do that. Right, yeah, suggestion for next stream. Disney songs on the background, Let It Go, got me also from a back. True story. Yeah. Yeah, the issue there is copyrights. I think they would strike. Again, I'm not still very new to this. I'm not exactly super familiar with the whole Twitch stuff. I know sometimes I see streams where they have like audio portions cut off. Some people, and I don't actually understand why some streams I see people playing like commercial, like copyrighted music, and they are fine, and then in some others the stream is struck or is silenced. And since I don't understand why that is happening, I'm not gonna touch that, but I still have to find the source. Of course, this is silent. Again, I need to like install some plugins and see like some royalty free like or free music databases and start using that stuff. Yeah, it also combos with Robin Hood and Maui Shark. Yeah. That action card is very, very interesting, and I mean they made the legendary action. So if I had to place a bet, the Return of Hercules will be an enchanted, one of the enchanteds of the set for sure. Right. I do copyrighted free music, but sometimes they still get muted. Yeah, Earl. I don't understand why that stuff happens, and then you go on some streams and they have like this really like mainstream hip hop or rap or pop music or whatever it is, songs that everyone knows what they are, and they seem to be fine. They have no problem with that. So I don't understand. Maybe it's like because they are bigger streamers and are partnered with specific like production houses. I don't know. Yeah, so only when I talk to chat. Right. Yeah, when you're playing, you're basically not playing the music. Yeah. Okay, again with the healing touch. See, I remembered. Or in parts that right. And when you're streaming, you don't get muted, right? You only get muted when it's like the VOD of the stream, right? So whatever, or do they actually like silence the stream during the live stream? I'm not sure about that as well. Tangled, Goofy Musketeer. This is Cruella. And then for the foil, it's a smash him up. Only the recorded part for reruns. Yeah, just the VODs. Right, that's what I thought. Okay. Well, and I don't want to go to... Frankly, I don't have time to go to all the extra trouble of actually recording this with with the audio channels in different recordings separately, and then having to mix everything when I want to upload, just to avoid those issues. So yeah, never gets muted live. That's still good to know. So for now I'm like saving the VODs and uploading them to YouTube as well, but if I just decide to like do the live stuff and that's that, maybe I will see about actually putting Disney music and stuff like that here. One of my favorite cards, I always have to say it. Mickey Steamboat Captain, one of my favorite cards. This is the card that got me to pay attention to Lorcana, because I saw some stuff getting announced, but then I saw this card with this artwork and I was like, I need to play this game. So I love this card. I have the playmat of this artwork. I did a custom black and white version of this card that I posted on Instagram. That some people actually like made into an actual physical card and gave it away in a contest, and they never sent me the physical card. Boo! I think it was foil too. Philoctetes, or however you pronounce it. Christoph. Let me check. All my streams are recorded separately, so I can avoid. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Sure. I remember for work, then I had to go into like apps or programs, and then join together the video parts and the audio parts and all that. And I've just been trying to avoid that because I don't really have a lot of free time for that stuff. But yeah. Prince. Okay, this is the Ariel of the items Ariel. I've tried so hard to make a deck around her. This is where she readies anytime you play an item. I think that this is the card, and I thought for sure I could make something work with her and the microbots when Azurid Sea came out, and I bought like two dozen microbots in foil, and I just can't get the deck to work. So yeah. And I never remember, this card isn't called Betrayed, but yeah, it's basically the scene. I don't remember the name of this card. Beautiful green tones contrasting with the orange amber tones of Scar and Mufasa. These are great. Vicious Betrayal, yeah. I think that's the one. And it was vicious. That Scar, such a villain. And speaking of Lion King, here's Simba. Brooms, gotta love. They stopped giving love to brooms. Where are our new brooms? How are we supposed to strengthen our amethyst steel broom decks? And there's no brooms. We have to put other characters in there. Come on, we need some new brooms. Let's get that Fantasia movie going again, and then get some new ideas, or maybe Floodborn brooms. We have the Goofy. Alright, Dragonfire. Great illustration, always love this card. And for the rare slot, this is Lady Tremaine, I think. This is the Lady Tremaine that actually has the Do It Again ability that brings actions back. I think this is the one. Or is this Mother Gothel? I always confuse the two, but I think this is Lady Tremaine. And one jump ahead in foil. Okay, now we're talking. I have several of this card in regular, but I didn't have the foil version. So another one for the collection. As I mentioned, I'm very curious to see if at the end of the entire case, these are the last displays. 240 foil cards. How many will I be missing to have like the entire foil set? Since I collect both the regular and the foil versions of the Lorcana sets, but I was undecided on this Japanese stuff, because if I was missing a lot of foils, that would be maybe expensive to get. So Jafar, Megara, Develop Your Brain. this is Captain, right? I think that's the name of the horse. Okay, another super rare Mickey Mouse Artful Rogue. A beautiful card full of rules text that unfortunately no one uses and even hasn't enchanted. But hey, I'm always happy to see this symbol. Super rare, so that's nice. And this is a rare Maleficent. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. In the foil. I don't remember having this card before. So that's nice. Nice pull. Maximus? This isn't Maximus. This is like the... I think he's called Captain. Let me check. Let's quickly go here. And let's type here. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's here. It's called Captain. Captain Colonel's Lieutenant, which is like a really funny name for a card. Yeah, you saw a horse, right? Not all horses are Maximuses. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the plural of horses, of Maximus. Not horses. Horses is horses. Anyway, let's move on. This is the penultimate pack of this box. Another Brave Little Tailor pack. So let's check this out. This is Sebastian. I remember the name. Rita was in the other stream and always kept reminding me of the name because I kept forgetting. Tinkerbell, Cheshire Cat. I love this card. It's unfortunately that I don't really have a place to run it anymore, but I will always have like great memories of this card. We have the Cauldron, and then for the rare slot, a Lantern. That's cool. This probably makes the Lantern playset, but I'm not exactly sure because I didn't actually got a lot of lanterns. And then for the foil one, it's a mini. She's a classy lady. It's a mini, that's nice. And then the last pack of this box, an Elsa. And let's see, maybe another enchanted. I've gotten 2 from this case, so I'm perfectly happy if I don't get another one, obviously. Maleficent, Gaston, the Merlin, the Beast Hard-Headed. Again, a card I really enjoy from the Pinks decks from last year. And the rare slot is Sword of Value, Sword of Valor, something like that. What's the name of this card? I don't remember. Let me check. Sword. This is a Ruby card. Sword of Truth. That's right. This is the Sword of Truth. Banish this item, banish chosen villain character. Yeah. And then for the foil one, it's a Cinderella. In the foil, the uncommon one. Yeah, that's nice. And that's another box completely empty. And all that remains of the entire case is this. The last display of the case of Japanese Disney Lorcana. Gotten a lot of amazing cards. We've gotten a whole new world. We've gotten Brave Little Tailors. We've gotten the Elsa Legendary in this stream. So let's see. This is the final chance for another Japanese Enchanted. In the other streams, there was a Stitch Carefree Surfer Enchanted and the Simba Enchanted. So I'm very happy about that. And I wouldn't mind another Enchanted. It doesn't matter which one it is, so it's fine by me. And we're gonna start as usual with the Brave Little Tailor pack. Not superstitious, but that's what I like to see. So we start with Duke of Weaselton. Discard. This is what you guys were calling in the other stream broken chair, right? You were calling broken chair. I think this is called break. It says the Donald Duck always angry. And this is like the Ursula's necklace, I think, something like that. And alright, now we're talking again. Foil fishbone quill in Japanese. Again, this is the first one, thankfully. So another great pull, a rare foil fishbone quill for the collection. Looks amazing. This card looks amazing in person. Really pops, and like the fish bones really pop. Look at that, really nice. So let's do another pack. We have the entire box still to go. Sudden chill, start that discarding. Hakuna Matata. Fire the cannons. Big Triton. Alright, the Sapphire Scar, a card that I don't think I have ever seen anyone use. And then for foil, we have the Cerberus, and I'm gonna check this right now because I'm not entirely sure he's called Cerberus. I keep banging on that name, but I'm not sure if he's called Cerberus actually. So it costs 5. Yeah, it's Cerberus. Cerberus, three-headed dog. So I wasn't wrong. In the foil version, really cool. Alright, moving on to the next pack, which doesn't want to be opened. Alright, I got it. Maybe the enchanted is in this one. So I call it the tuning fork. Of course, that's not the name of the card. This is Belle's wardrobe. Again, not the name of the card. Apu, Scepter of Arendelle, and then for the rare slot, Part of Your World. Okay, this is a card that I haven't really seen a lot during the openings. A rare card. That's cool. And for the foil slot, Reflection in Foil. Again, really reflecting this one. Let's go continue opening the packs. Alright, another friends on the other side. We have Aladdin, Maleficent. Again, hey, finally, you have your Maximus, like the Gladiator movie. All right, another Hades Legendary, and I think this makes a full playset of Hades Legendary. And this is actually one of the cards that I wanted to see. I wanted to have another Hades Legendary. I wanted like in foil, but yeah, I'm happy about this. Gotta love Legendary, very useful and usable card. That I'm thinking of a deck to put him in. And then we get a LeFou, the one that gets a discount if you have a Gaston in play. So great legendary, first legendary on this box. So another Brave Little Tailor pack. And let's see what we have here. Mickey Steamboat Captain, you gotta love it. 4 of these on the deck and you're golden. I wish, but yeah. Mickey Detective, Ariel on human legs. Now Shield of Virtue. It's Shield of Virtue and Sword of Truth, right? The rare slot is a Dr. Facilier, and then the foil slot is an Yzma in foil. Not the first Yzma in foil that I've opened. An Elsa pack. A lot of Elsa packs here. I'm opening like the Elsa pack, and then like the display has 2 other Elsas there. So a lot of Elsas looking at me. So Jetsam, joining his brother Flotsam from before. Minnie, always a classy lady. Beast is Mine. Befuddle. Okay, this is the poisoned apple. I remember someone in, I don't know if it was set 5 or set 6, doing like this weird red blue heroes and villains items deck. It was like really weird with King Candy and stuff like that, and they were using this card. One of the few times I saw people using this card, but he made it work. He made it work as far as I remember. I think that person won that tournament. I don't know if it was like a Halloween thematic tournament, but I remember that deck was really cool, a very different build from what you would expect. Basically a rogue red-blue deck. So Genie, we have Mufasa, gotta love Mufasa, Aladdin, Starkey, and the super rare Mulan. Okay, another card that I really haven't seen a lot in this during the case as we go through the packs. Super rare Mulan, and Mulan with the cards from Ashazia's Island. I think it's bound to make a comeback. Now we have a 1-cost Mulan in steel that doesn't interplay damaged, so it's another great shift target for the big Mulan that has like the really powerful ability to give damage. And I think Mulan is poised to make a cool comeback in this set. There's also a very interesting Li Shang card, in addition to the existing 4-cost one, which I really enjoy. And in the red steel ink combo, I think that will turn some heads in this set. And the foil Peter Pan. Red steel, it's one of the things I'm most looking forward to trying out again now that we have new tools. Last time I tried red steel for a while in a few months last year, but it was always behind. It just couldn't compete with the top decks. But this one with the Mushu, with the new Mulan cards, with Li Shang, and I think it's gonna have a lot of potential to actually be something that could be competitive. I'm like looking to the side here. Card soldiers, there's the bolt cards, there's of course the coil, there's Denahi, which is a 3-cost that has reckless and resist too. There's a lot of really interesting cards. There's the new Gantu 4-cost uninkable. A lot of interesting cards, and I think red steel will be a performer in this set, much the same way like in set 6 in Azurit Sea, where we really saw Blurple really explode onto the scene and become a really cool, viable, powerful deck. So I want to try red steel again, and I want to try green blue again with not the Baja Blast build that people have been playing so far, but using some of the new cards, a different build, and I'll probably gonna be playing it on stream in Pixelborn Connect. So let's go to the Pumbaa. Fire the cannons. Peter Pan. This isn't Horace and this isn't Maurice. I never remember the name of this guy. It's the burglar guy. And this is Mother Gothel, right? The other one was Lady Tremaine. Super rare, so gotta love this. And then foil Develop Your Brain. Also really cool. Really cool pool. A very usable card, Develop Your Brain. Again, this display has a ton of Elsas, I don't know why. It's weird. Maybe that's a good omen for another legendary or an enchanted Elsa. So we have the Owl Archimedes, Vicious Betrayal, I think that was the name. I hope I got it right this time. The Flower, okay, and Anna in the uncommon slot, the Maleficent in the rare slot, and then in the foil slot, some brooms. Okay, that's nice. Gotta love me some brooms. Again, Ravensburger. I need some more brooms to clean those tournaments up. So, well, lame boomer joke, but yeah, They gave some love to the brooms in the early sets and then they just stopped, which is like a shame. I hope we see more brooms in the future and the broom archetype isn't dead. Smee, Kristoff, LeFou. Look, Fan the Flames with LeFou there again. And then in the rare slot, this is Hans, I think. 3-quester. There's a few cards that are like they cost 4, they are 3/3 and quest for 3, and there's another one in I think it's Sapphire, which is exactly the same as this card. And if you combine some ward effects with them, it could actually be troublesome for the opponent, because with ward they can't Sisu or ice block and that sort of stuff can't touch it. And obviously direct damage or direct banishers can touch it, and then you're questing for 3. And a foil rare Jafar. Okay, this is a foil rare, I'll take it. Really nice card, nice pull. So a Maleficent pack this time, and we are nearing the end of the Japanese Lorcana case. 4 packs are remaining in the box. So this is a mini, Captain Hook, the cat, Ransack. This is Flotsam, rare Flotsam, and then the foil is the book that I don't know. That's a character, right? I never noticed there was like a figure standing in the middle of that of that illustration. I don't know who that is. Okay, let's open another pack. Starts with Brooms, an Elsa, Develop Your Brain, Flynn Rider, which I haven't seen a lot of. Alright, this is the Simba. I got the other day the enchanted version of this card, and then in the rare slot it is one of those. Yeah, one of those. that was not particularly special, but yeah. Another Maleficent pack. We're getting close to the finish line. This is Stampede. This is Timba? Something like that. The Goons. Sven. Oh, another great pull. Another legendary. Another Stitch Carefree Surfer. That's amazing. That's like a playset of these things. One of my favorite cards in Lorcana. Again, it's the wallpaper in one of my monitors. And the artist was actually at the artist was actually like at a signing, and I didn't take advantage of that. But again, lovely card, and I always enjoy putting these in like my red Fassa decks. And the Rapunzel, the Ruby Rapunzel in foil. So another legendary, and I seem to have a lot of these Stitches. The other day, one of the streams seemed like the official Stitch stream, as I got a ton. I got like 2 of these in legendary, and then 2 of the Stitch rock stars as well, and then a lot of the Stitch commons, and it was very very much the Stitch stream. So three boosters to go. Let's freeze. Horus, Aurora, Grammatella that dies and goes directly to the Inkwell, very useful for ramping. And then the rare slot is an Aladdin super rare. Alright, one of the cards that I would really love to be able to play, maybe in this new edition of Red Steel. Maybe he has basically the Pirate's Life ability, because he when he challenges and banishes someone, you gain 2 lore and the opponent loses 2 lore, making up for that 4 lore differential. But I still think there's a lot of Aladdin cards, and there isn't like that perfect small shift target that you can shift this onto. Even though there are a lot of Aladdin cards, he shifts for 5, but with 5 willpower, he's a prime target for getting like a long game Zeus. But it's a card that I really love and would love to be able to like play it in a more viable deck. Super rare, awesome. And then the foil slot is the card that I also never remember the name. What's the name of this card? This is, I saw it the other day as well. This is 1 cost action. He's got a sword. That's right. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. He's got a sword. I always confuse this and thievery. I always find them like similar, even though they really aren't. So, 2 packs remaining. I'm gonna, as I start, I will finish as I start. So I will finish with the Mickey Brave Little Tailor pack, and we have an Elsa here, the penultimate pack of this entire Disney Lorcana Japanese case. We start with a Peter Pan. I have a Jasmine, Princess Jasmine, Tinkerbell, Be Our Guest, and then in the rare slot it's a Captain Hook, and then in the foil slot it's an Archimedes. Okay, not the best of packs, but yeah. And then here it is, the final pack of the case. 15 displays, 1440 cards, and this is the last pack. So let's see, last chance to get the Elsa Enchanted, even though, yeah, we had like the pull of the Elsa Legendary, so I'm very, very happy about that. So we start with the common Dr. Facilier, Goofy, Smash. So 2 uncommons in this pack. That's good. We have Eye of the Fates. I think that's the name of the card. And then on the rare slot it's a Jafar. And then on the foil slot, the last foil of the case is a Genie. Okay, so we end up on a more down to earth common note. But it was a great opening. Some really cool cards like that Stitch. Gotten a lot of really useful foils for the collection. I'm again wondering how many I will need to complete the foil set actually. How long ago was the legendary Elsa? It was like right at almost at the beginning of the stream, right? So legendary Elsa. I'm not sure if there was any like legendary green cards. Right? There are a few super rares in here. Super rares. Obviously, the best card in the universe, Mickey Steamboat Captain. Right? Oh, right. We had in green. We had the Beast Wolfsbane. Then in ruby, obviously some super rares. And I'm not sure if there was like there seems to be a rare in here, a legendary. I'm not exactly sure there was a legendary here. Right, there was a Be Prepared there, Stitch Abomination, always a really cool card. Yeah, there was no legendary here, but there's the Aladdin there. In terms of the Sapphire ones, there were more legendaries in the other ones, but that's the ones I came across first. Obviously the Hades legendary. Oh right, 2 Gantus. for example, in this pile, in the steel cards, there are two legendary Gantus. Lucky me. So a foil one and a whole new world. That's amazing. That's a great pull. I love it. And around here there should be like a non-foil Gantu. Exactly. Foil Gantu, non-foil Gantu. They are here, two legendaries. So yeah, and for example, if I go back here, I actually have like my Stitch in the binder, but if you go through these cards that I had in the pile there to add to the dossier, yeah, this is like the Simba that I think was on the Thursday stream. I think that was the one. Amazing. And I think, and I have the cards to compare, right, the English ones. I think these Japanese enchanteds are also like slightly shinier and more colorful than the English ones. But yeah, really cool. The Stitch Carefree Surfer Enchanted is like it's on the binder back there, and this is something I purchased this week. The Stitch Rockstar promo Enchanted from the Inklands Set Championships, and this is my third one. So almost a full playset of this, and they already announced that Japan will have like the Inklands Set Championships in May. So these will be in Japanese in May, and I want to complete the playset of these with the Japanese one. I love this card, and I'm always looking for an excuse to do like a Stitch deck, or one of those decks that combines Pride Lands and this Stitch and all the other small Stitches and Simba and all that stuff, to make like a really fast deck, just for an excuse to play this. I also tried this in a Steel Mufasa deck, but these days the game is really fast, and you need like really powerful cards, and especially having to have the shift targets in the small Stitches was a liability, as you need to have like daisies and Calhouns and stuff like that. But always an amazing looking card, and I'm always looking for an excuse to play my big boy Mufasa as well. One of the things I'm most looking forward to, like I mentioned before, is the green-blue deck, and maybe using one of two of these. I know it's not exactly like the most efficient way to do the deck, but I don't care. I just want to play with the card, right? So I'm totally fine. And there's green blue in set 7 will have a very interesting mechanics with playing around with the inkwell, with the new card Ink Geyser as well. So it's funny because green blue has tools for a lot of stuff now. If we go here to Dreamborn Ink and sort of refresh the site, and let's take a look at some of the Ashazia's Island cards, and I think so. Ink Geyser is an amazing card that will enable us to play around, manipulate our inkwell, but also the opponent's inkwell, and you can combine this with Big Mufasa, with the Friend Like Me, where you take the top 3 cards from the deck, and you both players actually add them to the inkwell, right? So if we go Friend Like Me, each player puts the top 3 cards of their deck into their inkwell face down and exert it. So there's a lot of stuff that we will be able to do playing around with the inkwell. But what I found most interesting now with set 5 is that with Emerald and Sapphire having access to Under the Sea in order to board wipe basically the opponent. with Ice Block in order to facilitate that board wiping. We have bend to my will in order to like wipe away the entire hand of the opponent. And then you have Ink Geyser, for example, where you are actually almost wiping the entire inkwell of your opponent. So you have the three lanes: the board, the inkwell, and the hand. And green blue can manipulate all three. I doubt it's an actually like viable deck to actually like do all this stuff, and it would be very technical to play. You would have to get the perfect moment in a match in order to maximize your manipulation or of the board, the hand, or the inkwell. But it's a powerful deck, and these two ink colors actually have like multiple ways now to actually build a deck that isn't just manipulation or just hand removal or just ramp and try to like discard the opponent, or ramp and try to get some questers in. One of the ideas I have is also to make the green blue ward evasives deck, where the synergy between the evasives in Emerald and the ward cards, both in Emerald and in Sapphire, will be able to protect each other. So you quest, and the opponent can't hit the characters because they have ward, and he can't challenge the characters because they have evasive. And you have several different cards that actually give ward and evasive to other characters. Again, it's gonna be sort of a tricky deck to play, but I think it has a lot of potential to basically not ignore your opponent, but to safeguard your deck against the multiple options that the opponents have. Of course, there will always be prepared. There will always be Big Sisu, and there will always be stuff like Lady Tremaine, where you have to banish your card, right? But if you can get enough evasives and enough ward characters and early on establish the board, then you can control the board. Then you can control this turn I need an evasive that gives evasive more than I need ward, and vice versa, and actually get a deck that will be very, very hard to stop, because the opponents usually don't have a lot of evasive options, and don't have a lot of like board wipe or self banish options, so to speak. So actually I think I have like sort of it's still not finished, and of course we're still waiting to see more cards in blue, right? But when you have like the small Pegasus and you have the big Pegasus, and you shift the big Pegasus, and the big Pegasus on that turn until the start of the next turn gives evasive to all your characters, so you are freer to quest. Gazelle is a cheap card that also gives evasive to something. You have ward cards like Duke Weaselton in order to that quests for 2. He's cheap and he's gonna survive because he has ward, and if you give him evasive, even better. Prince Philip is a really nice card. He only has 2 willpower, but he has ward, and he's not ice blockable or banishable with Big Sisu. Of course, everyone knows about Alice, and Alice gives, in addition to the lore, she quests and gives ward to someone else. Wendy Darling has ward and has support as well, which is useful. Belle off the ball has ward herself and gives ward to everyone else until the start of our next turn. So super useful card to have. Aurora works much in the same way as Belle, but she doesn't have ward herself. You have Ariel that has ward. I always love this card Pete Bad Guy, because if you combine it with support, or if you combine it with a deck that has a few actions, he quests for 4 and he has ward, and again you can't hit it with Ice Block and you can't hit it with Big Sisu. I always love this card, and I feel I've played around it with it for a few months. I went to Lorca Quest with a couple in my deck in October, and I feel this card is on the verge of more people actually playing with it. We have Sail, of course, for the ramp, Vision to really try to find stuff. I included 2 You Came Back for to ready my chosen character, and this part is like a work in progress. I like Obscuro Sphere because it can give wards to every character until the end of the next turn, and it's something that you don't need to consume right away. So if you have an extra ink, just put one of these on the table, and then when you have a few evasive characters, but you don't have one the bell, for example, to give them ward, just pop the Obscuro Sphere, and now they all have evasive and they all have ward, and it's basically free to quest. Popsicles, of course, cycle the deck, draw a card, heal if you need to, and this is something that I will test. Medal of Heroes, maybe it will enable like that extra last bit of lore that you need. Banish one of the popsicles to gain 2 lore, to give a character 2 lore on that turn, and then he quests for 4, for example. Imagine Ariel with 5, and then you give her, you make Medal of Heroes, you pop it, she quests for 7, and then you use You Came Back, and it's like 14 lore in a single turn. It's a deck I really want to try out. I'm still waiting to see more cards. And the last time I tweaked this one, Dreamborn still hadn't added like the last few cards. Yeah, it's one of the ideas, right? And then one of the other ideas is challenges. I think I'm still very far away, of course. I put a lot of the potential cards here, and I've been trying to like trim them down and seeing which ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. This Mulan will enable a lot more viable shifts for the big Mulan. So 1 cost, doesn't enter damaged. You can draw a card and discard a card, which is useful to cycle the deck and see if there's stuff that you want to grab that you don't have. It will be very useful to play this one, Mulan Elite Archer, which is an underrated card, but also a card that has specific moments to be able to play. So it's a card that is very situational, but it's so powerful. I've lost entire matches because someone actually pulled off the Elite Archer once, and that was enough to destroy my board. So I never underestimate this card or the possibility that someone can do actually a Mulan shift. Of course, we have the Lumieres in order to give everyone +1 strength, but now there's also the Ruby Chromicon that would be a possibility for characters to get 1 strength, but it's just one of the characters, while Lumiere gives everyone, of course. There's all the traditional songs like Storm and Raging Fire. One Last Hope is a card I've ever since it came out in Ursula's Return, I've been in love with this card, and I usually combined this card with Beast Relentless. But in this deck, with for example the Maui Half Shark, it's a really powerful combination where now he can attack ready characters and challenge them, and then return the action card and then play it. And of course, when you played One Last Hope, you already gained 1 lore from the wayfinding ability. It's a really great combo with Maui Shark. This was one of the best cards, for sure, one of the best cards of set 7. Mushu Majestic Dragon, a 5 cost for 4, quest for 1, that has 2 abilities. Whenever one of your characters challenges, they gain resist 2 during that challenge. So this is amazing, and this is board wide. So in a deck that is made for our characters to challenge other characters, this is exactly the type of card that is a power card that the deck relies on, much like Rapunzel is a must include in the Amber decks. And imagine, for example, Calhoun with resist 4 combined with this card, gaining 2 lore, resist, and having resist 4. So it's insanity. and during your turn, whenever one of your characters banishes another character in a challenge, gain 2 lore. So again, imagine Calhoun having resist 4 and also gaining 4 lore from banishing your character. So this card in red steel is like a must include. Imperial Proclamation. Maybe let me check out Imperial Proclamation. Whenever one of your characters challenges another character, you pay 1 less for the next character. Yeah, this is a possibility as well, and I've seen people in actually Pixelborn Connect using this card and getting like insane turns. But at the same time, you need to have a hand. So if you have this and red steels always historically struggled with card draw. So if you don't have the cards in your hand, there's no use for having Imperial Proclamation, and that's the tricky part, getting the card engine going in red steel in order to basically obviously have a powerful board, but also in order to take advantage of a card like this. But it's definitely like a possibility. I'm gonna add it here to the possibilities of the deck and save it again. So now we are at 90 again. Always there will be a heavy trimming. I keep looking for excuses to play like the challenge promo Dragonfire because it's such a beautiful card, and my dream is obviously to like keep playing it with either Maui Shark or one of the other cards that is tentative here, that I seem to forgot to have included here, which I had the Robin Sharpshooter as well. I think that it is in another version that I built. Beast Tragic Hero would be here to help with the card draw because red still struggles. Another option would be to run the Queen of Hearts shift line, but I've tried to do that in the past and it's sort of tricky. Raya is an amazing card, so you can, in a deck that is made for characters to challenge other characters, the fact that you ready them and you can't quest is no problem. Just you want to challenge, so now it's ready again, just challenge again. And it's a very, very useful card. Of course, Super Goof, everyone knows about this, and imagine Super Goof again combined with the Mushu, so potential 4 lore gain, and you give resist to Goofy, and hopefully you have like a couple of Lumieres or maybe even Ruby Chromicon, and Goofy has more than 2 strength in order to like successfully challenge characters. Pete in order to protect against opposing actions. Shere Khan is a card that seems like it would be good in this deck, but for whatever reason in the past, every time I try to use him, I always had other stuff that was more urgent that I put on the board, so he was either ink or he didn't go into the game. And the opponents are usually savvy, so whenever they see him, they like kill him. So I'm not exactly sure if he's gonna be in the final deck. This card for me is on the verge of greatness. So Li Shang, your characters with 4 strength or more get 1 extra lore. And imagine if you are in a turn where you are at like 14 lore and you only have 3 lore on the board in order to quest, but they all have 4 attack or more. Just, you don't need to do anything. Li Shang doesn't need to have rush, he doesn't need any of that stuff. Just put the Li Shang on the board and you win the game. And this is the type of thing combined with Ruby Chromicon, combined with Lumiere, combined with the fact that several of these characters like Mickey Pirate Captain or Mushu or Maui Half Shark could have 4 attack or more. And a lot of these characters have 3 attack, right? Like Calhoun, like Mr. Smee, like Denari, like Shere Khan, like Pete. So just one Lumiere will be able to trigger Li Shang. So I think this has tons of potential in this deck. Tons of potential. Denahi is a card I haven't really seen a lot of people talking about. So this card is like made to challenge, you know, reckless. So he wants to challenge. He has 3 strength, so that's really cool to challenge. And he has resist 2. So if you combine this guy with Mushu, again, that's another character that is challenging with resist 4. So he's gonna be really hard to kill in the challenges, and even outside of the challenges he has resist 2. Of course, I've already talked about Calhoun. Doc would be here to help with the card draw, and as an alternative or an add-on to Beast, and until Beast isn't on the table, we still don't have a great shift target for Beast, so it's a 5 cost card for us. This is in a green deck, so it doesn't have morph. I put Mulan here for if you need an extra shift target for Big Mulan, but also this is an interesting card because if you play an action, this character gets +2 attack. So you can play an action and then shift Big Mulan on top of this one, and she has even more attack because she gains this bonus as well, and this has actually been confirmed. So anything that is gigantic, that has a lot of willpower, will get destroyed with the combination of the cards. And then remember, there's always Ruby Chromicon, there's always Lumiere, and I think Dreamborn Link still hasn't included the coils, right? So there's still no Ruby coil here, but it would be a card that would be in consideration, because I think it's basically, while Ruby Chromicon gives 1 strength, the coil gives 2 strength, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's tough to build. Yeah, a lot of cards look really good. Yeah, and it has Bagheera, I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, grab your swords in about. Yeah, that's exactly right. So Ruby still went from a deck that was hard to be viable, and it went to a deck that now there's like a ton of options that we can choose. And it's what's gonna be really hard is figuring out testing out of all of this. Again, 90 cards so far, and I still have to add coils. There's Bagheera, and I'm sure there will be a few extra cards to add here. So out of like a 100 card pool, we have to trim that down to 60 and see which ones are really the more viable, or the most effective and the most impactful ones. And that's just gonna be through testing, because it's an ink combination that hasn't really been used a lot. So there isn't a lot of testing and data in order to figure that out. It's just gonna be pure testing. It's just gonna be dozens and dozens and dozens of games to figure out, trying out the cards, taking them out, and then putting others back in and seeing what works. Do we want Lumiere for the wide boost, but he's very easy to kill, or do we want actually to have items like Ruby Chromicon and the coil in order to give specific boosts, but it's gonna be much harder for the opponents to get rid of the items? So stuff like that is going to be interesting, right? Do we have enough card draw to be able to take advantage of something like Imperial Proclamation? Or we don't? We have enough in order to be competitive, but not enough to take advantage of this item. Is Beast without a shift target, like for example Morph, do we actually want to include it? I would think so, because we don't really have a lot of card draw, right? And bear in mind, I have Maui Half Shark here, but I didn't include the regular Maui, and the regular Maui is another card that could perfectly be in here and be in consideration. The fact that he doesn't quest is fine, because we want him for the challenges, and he has rush. So in fact, I think I'm gonna include Maui right now, because I had forgotten. And of course we have Maui's Fishhook as well, even though that one I'm not sure if it would be very, very useful to use Maui's Fishhook in this deck. So yeah, now we have the Maui in here. Might be useful. And of course, we have the new Gantu as well. In addition to Pete, so another way that we could maybe shut down opponents singing songs and make those songs really costly. In addition to each player pays 2 more ink to play actions or items, and that doesn't apply obviously to sing. So again, uninkable, which might be a problem, but on the other hand, it has really interesting abilities and special abilities, right? He will obviously die to either small Sisu with an ice block or to big Sisu just regularly. And again, look at this list. I'm not even including the Sisu shift lines in here. I'm not including the Sisu packages here so far. So there's a ton of Ruby Steel cards. Maybe it would be actually really useful. It's gonna be like 110, maybe 120 cards in order to figure out exactly what's the right way to run this deck, right? We have the Daring Visitor, we have the Emboldened Warrior, and we have like the Empowered Sibling, and they would all be possibilities in this deck, depending on what exactly we want to do and what the meta of set 7 is. That's and again, we don't even have a lot of uninkables in this 106 card pool, just 26. So adding the Sisu ones, it's at 106 cards. And now we have the Sisu Empowered Sibling as a possibility. Yeah, new Mickey, yeah, but they have the new Mickey is amazing, but they haven't added it to Dreamborn Ink yet. Dreamborn has been like slower to add the cards. Let me check. I think they haven't added it, right? It's a steel one. So yeah, they haven't added it yet. It's basically a better version of Trumpeteer, so to speak. But it goes basically. It's Mickey Mouse Trumpeteer, Trumpeter. I don't know how to pronounce that. 2.0. It's gonna be an actual useful card. It looks really great. Sorry, but yeah. I think this deck has tons of potential. Yeah, I had in this case we're probably not gonna be using Mickey Mouse Food Fighter, because we have a lot of other cards that would be more useful, even though it's actually a cool card. Especially when we consider Mulan and you consider the new Mickey, and I'm sure. I mean, I'm not including stuff. We have Smee here, obviously. I don't think it's worthwhile to run like the 1-cost Captain Hook that has +2 Challenger. But yeah, a lot of interesting, powerful cards that we have to test in order to see which cards synergize the best with each other. Again, Robin Sharpshooter, yeah, I'm not sure if it's exactly for this deck. It will depend how many actions the final deck will have. At the moment I was thinking of Robin Sharpshooter more for the Emerald Ruby actions deck, that also runs Maui Shark and runs Fan the Flames. Again, Fan the Flames would also be really useful here. So yeah, lots of different ways to build these decks. I have again not a final version. I have the deck that I call Chaos Emeralds that combines. I'm not running like a pure just Christmas deck, actions matter deck as I've seen other people play, because I'm combining it with the green steel discard, so it does both. I'm not sure if it will entirely work, right? So it has the Diablos, it has the Ursula Deceiver, the Deceiver of All, the Prince John, the Muses, with all the actions and the songs, Sudden Chill, Hypnotize, but then it combines the other elements with the new card Raya in order to make stuff ready. Imagine singing 4 times with Ursula Deceiver of All in the single turn. It's insane. You have Robin Sharpshooter. Again, I love Pete discard with Ward. Can't be ice blocked, can't be big CSO'd. You play 2 actions and he quests for 4 and he has 7 strength. Maui Shark in order to basically recycle all these actions that the cards like Diablo and Ursula can sing, and Robin Sharpshooter as well. You're gonna be putting a lot of cards because of his ability into the discard, so you want to find a way to bring them back and gain the advantage of challenging with a powerful character and gaining lore whenever you play the actions, right? With stuff like Fan the Flames in order to make it ready, or make Ursula ready, in addition to Raya. We have Brawl to compensate for the Steel, Brawl and Dragonfire to compensate for the Steel action cards that we don't have. A card we have, this is tentative. I know people use it and all that. I never liked We Don't Talk About Bruno, because I don't like the uncertainty when my opponent has more than one card in his hand. Sometimes it really backfires. You want to get rid of something that has a powerful on playability, and you have no choice but to put him back, but then it's not the card that your opponent discards, so you get hit with it again. I have bad experiences with it, and Ursula can't sing it, so I don't really like it. BBD, a card that I always love and is always a great combo with a lot of cards. I don't have Tremaines and Medusas here, but it's another possibility. It's a great card to combine with those, right? Pirate's Life, Ursula can double sing this. So imagine like making your opponent lose 4 lore with that, and you gain 4 lore, making up an 8 lore differential in a single turn. Because it's a sing it together card for 6, so Ursula sings this with Diablo or some of the other cards, and she can double sing it. It's amazing. Oh, and if you have a Maui Shark already on the board, that's 2 lore, so that's a 10 lore differential. Obviously everyone knows like the discard, Hypnotize, Sudden Chill, right? I am considering Vitality Sphere here because of the Maui Shark, in order to give it rush right away, gives it +2, and hit something unexpectedly and might change the state of the game. And Hidden Cove, as usual in these discard decks, in order to protect the Deceiver of All, in order to protect the Diablo Herald, to protect the Muses, for example. And other cards, again, if you have a Goofy, it will protect him, making it a 3/5. Useful for stuff even for making Maui half Shark not die with a Zeus. So he would have 6 willpower, and he doesn't die with the Long Game Zeus. So yeah, well, a lot of interesting stuff that you can do with this deck. Remains to be seen again. Powerful set 7 green or ruby cards that could fit this deck. That's what I'm waiting to see, like the entire set, in order to be able to judge, because I'm looking at this, and at the moment I actually don't have a single set 7 card here. I don't even know, especially because Dreamboarding is like running behind, right? So I don't know if there would be anything that I would want to include. Like the 1-cost Pete is an interesting card, but the 5-cost Pete doesn't have a shift, so there's no point to it. We don't really need card soldiers. I'm not sure if He's a Tramp would be useful for Ursula to sing. Maybe Wake Up Alice for a damaged character, but this for me would be more of a green steel card. So yeah, Devil's Eye Diamond, I don't think so. The new Queen of Hearts, probably not for this deck. The problem with this, again, the example of a dual link card where I don't think this is useful for what an Emerald Ruby deck is good at doing. So yeah, put a damage counter on then, and then what? I'm not entirely sure about this card. Mad Hatter, maybe, but again, I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, most of these I don't see running in the Emerald Ruby deck. So at the moment, no, I'm not including any set 7 card in this Chaos Emeralds deck. Again, testing. It's gonna be testing. It's gonna be useful to see and judge that stuff. Yeah, guys, it's almost 1 in the morning here. We did a pack opening. We got some really cool cards. Highlight, of course, to this beautiful Elsa legendary. Amazing card. And yeah, I'm gonna run this in my Blurple deck. Great pull. Out of the entire case, it's the only Elsa legendary that came out of the packs. But hey, I'll take one. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, I will be making like basically a post-mortem, basically a recap, and showing all the legendaries and the main super rares that I got from the entire case. Of course, both enchanted, and I will be making comparisons, direct comparisons with the English and the Japanese foils, side to side, so that you guys can see that. Sometime this week I will do a stream with all that stuff, and I will have to make the inventory of all these cards in order to be able to figure out if I have the entire normal set, and if I have the how many cards I'm missing from the foil set. Yeah. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys have a nice week. Going forward, have a great Monday. I think we all need some rest now. I know I do. And yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you Ivor for the stream, for the support, man. I'll be back sometime this week. I still haven't nailed down like a specific streaming schedule. This is only my fourth stream, and I have to install plugins and all that. Yeah, as you can see, there's not much on the screen. But specifically, the schedule has been hard for me to nail down with like the entire family, 3 kids and all that. It's hard, but I will try to nail down. It's probably going to be more like this, around in EU time, in European time, because I'm in Portugal. It's probably going to be more like around 10 or 11, so 20 or 23 at night, something like that. Sometimes during the morning or the afternoon, just Pixelborn Connect, but it's going to be mostly nights. And yeah, as soon as I figure out a more proper schedule, I will be able to post in advance. But yeah, for sure I'll be back to streaming this week, at least a couple of times during the week. So yeah, take care everyone. Thank you for the support and for hanging out, and I'll see you later, and have a great start of the week.